call for a new ban on face masks is gaining traction in Albany. Governor Hochul and other politicians say that they are on board with reinstating this law following anti-Semitic attacks during pro-Palestinian demonstrations.
The ban was lifted during COVID. With us now to tell us the latest on this proposed legislation is Long Island Assembly member and chair of the Judiciary Committee, Charles Levine. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me on.
So the ban was repealed during COVID. Talk to us a little bit why you're in favor of bringing it back.
Well, I guess it all goes back to that old poem, which is, oh, what tangled webs we weave when first we practice to deceive. Hats off to Sir Walter Scott for that one. But Walter Scott lived a long time ago, and we live in the modern era. And the idea here is this, wearing a mask as a device to intimidate, to menace, to threaten, or to assist in the commission of a crime ought to be illegal. Now, for a long time, New York had a law which made it illegal to wear a mask, and that went back to the 1840s during anti-rent riots that occurred in the Hudson Valley. It was on our books for a very, very long time. And then during COVID, it was decided that wearing a mask ought not to be subject to the criminal laws because of the exigencies, because of the emergencies of the COVID pandemic.
Well, let me just ask you. Let me ask you a question though, real fastly, because we're talking about New York lawmakers not even being back in session until January. So this is not going to be on the table for quite some time.
In all likelihood, this will not be considered seriously and even vetted until we do return in January. But there we're left with the proposition, we are a state in which we have a legislature that meets essentially half the year. And that doesn't mean that in the other half of the year, when we're not in Albany, that we don't pay attention to and we don't consider trying to remedy some of the problems that we face. And the fact that people have worn masks to facilitate criminal activity, for example, those who took over Hamilton Hall at Columbia University might have thought twice, in fact, certainly would have thought twice, if not three times, before taking over that building, but wearing masks facilitated their ability to do that, and that's one of the reasons that, because their identity was hidden, that charges were not brought against them. So certainly, even though we're not in Albany, we are still legislators, and our responsibility is to take the steps that are necessary to try to help protect the public. And the bill that does make it unlawful to wear masks is, in my opinion, a good bill. I think it needs a little work. I am a co-sponsor of Jeff Dinowitz's bill, but I think that—
And Mr. Levine, if I could just ask you really quick, just how do you plan to enforce this? I mean, it was hard enough to get people during the pandemic to wear a mask. Now, how are you going to get people to not wear one?
Well, I don't know that it's so much a matter of, with all due respect, as they say, of trying to persuade people not to wear masks. It is a matter more of seeking an appropriate and an apt punishment for those who do wear masks to commit crimes or to help them commit criminal activity. And that is our challenge. But I think that the legislature will consider this bill, and the governor herself may submit a bill, because the governor, as of 3 weeks ago, was quite concerned about people wearing masks for the purpose of threatening or intimidating others.
Well, we're going to have to check in with you and see how this is going, hopefully once you guys get back in session come January. So enjoy the time off for right now.
Thank you very, very much. And have a great day, everybody.
You too.